became kind of a mainstay at that tight end spot. And, he was still hobbling.
I think he's a couple weeks away. I think he'll be back before the end of the
he's
year.
Getting there.
Both Kendrick Bernard as well as Kylan Taylor, we expect them to come back as well.
Yeah, and so you had Jalen Roberts try to step in and fill those shoes and did a decent job. And then next thing you know, this dude is walking around in a boot. So,
good news. You want me to give you the good news, though, especially on the defensive side of the field?
Because I need
Carencro, a week ago against Lafayette High, 6 sacks coming up in that ball game, and that's what they're going to need tonight against a potent offense like Sam Houston. The CHS is starting to burn to our left. We have the national anthem playing, so we're going to step aside, but when we come back, it'll be time to start the rumble right here on your home for Carencro High football, the Real Z 105.9. Open air Crow Dome for homecoming festivities, where your Golden Bears are set to take on the Sam Houston Broncos as we're set for the coin toss. Captains for the Crow Bears tonight on homecoming: Caden Castile, Denarius Chrisman, Brian Amune, as well as Jacqueline Pop Roy. The Golden Bears have won the toss, and they will defer to elect to receive the kick of the second half, and we'll play football left to right to start out.
What a group of dudes right there as captains. I mean, those are some guys right there. We talk about Jacqueline Roy, his nonstop energy, the Arkansas Monticello commit, Darius Crispin playing above his head all year long. Last year, playing above his
The minutes
body.
he's giving them at the tight end spot right now is not something that I saw coming anytime this year.
And I'm gonna say this, and it's a little bit critical, but I would say this to his face because I love the young man. He's an exceptional guy, and I've even ragged him a little bit myself. If he had hands, holy moly! There's a reason he wasn't starting at tight end, Blaine. But golly, he plays hard.
One thing that warms my heart, Coach, each and every year for homecoming is the burning of the CHS. I love the timeless tradition. We get to see it again tonight. It's a little different. Usually it's over to our right in the end zone towards the south. Tonight, it's a little bit just kind of cat-a-corner to where we're standing in the press box.
It might be disastrous if they set it on fire where it originally went, huh?
Yeah.
I think we might have some turf burning, and I don't know if we could put that fire out right there. So it's in one of the few remaining natural grass spots out here in the open-air Crow Dome, and it's always a great thing to see. It's a sense of pride. There's so many alumni who are here tonight, and just what a great thing seeing those guys. I mean, blast from the past, guys. Corey Willis, class of 14. Mr. Dalfrey, one of the all-time great. Matter of fact, Damian Dalfrey might still have the field goal record.
I mean, he kicked the ball over here against Barb in 2001. It was almost from midfield, Coach. In a game where we didn't score an offensive touchdown and still won. The ball is teed off at the 40-yard line. Seabab is going to go into the rugby scrum huddle and give the marching orders. He's going to run up to the football and kind of geek everybody out. He's going to pull the troops back and reset his feet closer to the 30. On the other side tonight Sam Houston Broncos white helmets with the white tops and the purple bottoms. Babineau leading up, and his toe will meet leather, and it is homecoming night in the open-air Carencro. He's going to bounce at the 10 and be fielded by the return man who has running room across the right-hand side of this field. He's going to finally be pushed out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Wilson Landry was finally able to push him out, but they're going to have excellent starting field position.
Yeah, I actually like that kick. I think you really need to limit this Sam Houston offense and special teams. They have weapons, man. Like they are dangerous at any given time. They got stymied a little bit by was it Southside last
year's coach. He could kind of do it all. Moves his feet, moves the pocket well. The man who just caught the football, Drew Bailey, is ultra dangerous.
Yeah, there's no question about Stout and his ability to sling the ball, man. He can absolutely spin it. He can throw the short route, the intermediate, and the long ball well.
Stout in the pistol. He's going to clap and then bring a man across the formation. He's going to hand it off underneath, and this time it's going to be blown dead, and I think that's going to be a false start on the Broncos as they had a couple men moving in the backfield.
Yeah, we had a little lull if our listeners – had us right there after first down. We weren't really sure what went on. There was a flag on the field, but there was nothing ever called. But this one was definitive, though. As soon as Sam Houston went in motion, the flag went up quick, illegal procedure. That'll back the Broncos up 5 yards, back to about the 28-yard line.
2nd and 15 from their own 28. Stout in the pistol. Has two receivers to the far side, a H-back in near tight. He's going to hand off straight up the gut, big hole. He's going to get across the 40, now he's across the 50. He's looking to get to the sideline. Brandon Duffy tries to force him out of bounds. He whiffs on the tackle. Now he's back on the sideline, and he's going to take it the distance. That's Drew Bailey, the running back slash wide receiver, took it to the house on that carry, dancing and weaving through defenders. Big-time play. That's a 72-yard touchdown for the Broncos.
Yeah, that's not a good sign for this Carencro defense right there, because that is not going to stop from this Sam Houston offense. Right there, Sam Houston slammed it up right behind big number 79, Albert Simeon. He's a 6'4", 260-pound sophomore that already has offers from Texas A&M, Ole Miss, and many more.
The snap is down and the kick is up, and it is good. Sam Houston extends the lead. It's 7-0 with still 10:42 left to play in the first quarter. We're going to step aside, but when we come back, Seabab and company will get his shot right here in the open-air Crow Dome. Home for Carencro High football, the real Z 105.9. We're right back at it from the open air.
Squib kick.
I don't think it was on purpose.
Skywib. It was kind of in between, but bad news for Sam Houston is they kicked it to the wrong guy. Kicked it to T.J. Jackson, and they were one tackle away from having a 7-7 ball game.
Babineau's going to go under center. Split backs behind him, Bayham and Jackson. He's going to get him as he draws the defense offside. We're going to call that a Tavian special, and they're going to get 5 free yards to start this drive and put the football right into Broncos territory.
I mean, if you can pick the way that you want to start offensively, I'll take that. I'll take 5 free yards without running a play right there if I'm the Golden Bears.
1st and 5 from the Bronco 48. I mean, Tavian might be gone for 10 years, and we'll still call it the Tavian special.
It's kind of hard not to, man. The guy was good.
Sets the line of scrimmage under center. This time he's going to fake the handoff and look to throw the football deep. He's going to be pushed out of the pocket out to his left. He's going to let it ride. He's trying to find Caden Davis, who was working on a comeback route at the 40. Too tall as it goes in and out of his hands. It'll be pass incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Bears.
Yeah, and that's one of those setups that the Bears have been very successful with. Babineau rolling to his left, the left-handed thrower there, and Davis coming across. And Davis hasn't missed too many balls. He's caught quite a few.
Too tall.
And that's saying a lot
Yeah,
because Kaiden is started the year at 6'3", and I don't know that he's not close to 6'5" right now.
Babineau back under center in the split backs. This time, T.J. Jackson straight up the gut. Pushes the Powell across the 45 of the Broncos, maybe to the 44. He's going to be about a yard short of first down territory. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1 for the Bears.
And, I mean, if you can keep this going, if you're Carencro, that's a winning formula. Get him to jump for 5, throw a ball, even if it's incomplete, and then run
Still
it
ahead
for
of the
4.
sticks, right,
I
Coach?
like it.
3rd and 1. Carencro has the football. Babineau's going to go into center. Sets the line. He's going to hand the football off. It's going to be outside Veer to Jackson. He darts up inside. Makes a man miss. Now he's across the 30 down to the 26-yard line. It's going to be a Papa Bear first down.
And this is pretty much where, Sam Houston they've had their battles throughout the year. And I can speak towards one of the last games that I've probably seen as much film of anything on, and that was against Lafayette High, and that was where Lafayette High gave this Sam Houston defense fits.
Babineau's going to hand it off. It's going to be to Bayham right behind the right guard. Bayham's going to push the Powell across the 20, maybe to the 19, but there is a flag on the play.
Looks like this one might be procedure. Line judge might have thought that Carencro didn't really get set before they ran it.
Rolling start.
There's a team down the road that wears green and gold that does it a lot faster, and it never gets caught. I'm just saying.
Neither here or there. It'll be 5 yards against the Bears, and this football is going to come back and be spotted at the 31-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 15 for the Bears. 9:29 left to play in the first quarter. Babineau, receiver to each side. Jackson and Bayham behind him. Denarius Crispin, tight end off to the right. He's going to set the line fully this time and hand it off. It's going to be Jackson again across the right-hand side of the line of scrimmage. He's going to get back towards the initial line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10 from the Broncos 26. 2nd and 10 from the Broncos 26. Yeah, Mr. Hillman still belling me out, even after he gave me that C that one semester.
You will never let that C go. You earned the C. That's just like the parents or the kid, not so much parents. Say, why'd you give me? He didn't give you anything. You earned that, Blaine.
Babineau back in the shotgun with Bayham. He's going to bring Bayham in motion. Now he's going to look at Bayham. He's going to sling it out to him in the flats. It's going to be caught at the 30. He's trying to get to the sideline. It's going to be a great open field tackle, one-on-one at the 25 to bring up 3rd and 9 for Carencro.
Yeah, really good catch right there by Bayham. Ball was a little bit behind him. He went out and got it. But, I mean, I'm going to go back and go to – man, if you had those gloves on, who can't catch with it? But Bayham
look, Coach, just as you didn't have an opportunity to carry these gloves.
Oh,
and, 40 years ago, nobody had those gloves.
I talked about your math. Okay, I get it.
Babineau under center. He's going to hand it off to Bayham across the left side. Gets across the initial tackler in the backfield, but goes nowhere. Maybe got back to the initial line of scrimmage. Is going to bring up 4th and 9 for Carencro.
And you know what's tough is that last little flare out to Bayham and then the give to Bayham right there. That's where you're missing Taylor. Taylor is there. That's a 6-yard pickup each time. Bayham just doesn't have the explosive speed. We mentioned before, like he's great in 100 meters open on the track, but that explosive burst right there is something he does not have. Yep.
They're going to go in the shotgun this time on 4th down as the Bears are going to go for it. 4th and 9. Bring a man in motion behind the formation is going to be Jackson. Babineau looking to throw the football. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to throw it deep into the end zone. In and out of the hands of Caden Davis, who was working back for the ball, was slightly underthrown. Thought it might have had an opportunity to be picked. Davis worked this all the way back to almost catching it, but he couldn't come up with the grab. It'll be turnover on downs for Carencro with 7:14 left to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, tough play to make. We'd really like to see Davis kind of get in there and kind of rough it up a little bit more on that. but that's not quite in his forte, so to speak.
I didn't think he even realized he had an opportunity to catch it so cleanly. I thought he'd have to go through traffic.
Yeah. Sam Houston will take over quick, though.
Stout's coming out, and he leads the troops into that familiar pistol formation. One back, Bailey's going to be behind him. Man across the formation is going to be a handoff to Bailey underneath. He's going to get across the line of scrimmage down past the 30. They'll say he's tackled at the 30. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Broncos.
Yeah, and almost kind of predictable right there. The Sam Houston Broncos trying to run it to the wide side right behind the big guy, Albert Simeon, that we talked about before. The wide out to this side is extremely wide with Twins receivers up top. They're just trying to spread the field and give number 9, Drew Bailey, a crease.
Stout's doing the same thing quickly. Brings a man across. Now he's going to throw behind that. In and out of his intended receiver's hands. He was trying to find his younger brother, Ty Stout, across the 40. Duffy was in coverage. It's going to be pass incomplete and bring up 3rd and 5.
The Bears are living life a little bit dangerously right now, not having that safety over the top in that situation. Duffy's in man-to-man coverage, and to the top side of the field towards the Sam Houston visitor side, those guys are in man coverage. The free is walked over to that trip side now. It's Duffy and Stout one-on-one on the bottom towards the home side.
Stout with Bailey again in the pistol. This time he's going to move Bailey out into this near flat, but there will have a flag on the play. It's going to be false start on the Broncos, so it'll be much more favorable for the Bears. It'll bring up 3rd and 10 from their own 25-yard line.
I'll be honest, I'm not really sure where the actual penalty was, but
Did they say he was moving towards the line? Maybe
I don't know. I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna sound critical, but the same official has called 3 penalties, and all 3 have been procedure. 2 against Sam Houston, 1 against Carencro.
Sounds like somebody has a date tonight. Stout back in the shotgun. Bailey to his right. Trip receivers to the far side. Trying to rotate the pocket out to the right. Now he's looking to throw the football. It's going to be a dart towards the line to gain, and it's going to be skipped to the receiver. He was trying to find Drew Dronett. Couldn't quite come up with the grab as it hit the turf. It's going to bring up 4th and 10 for the Broncos, and it's going to force the first punt tonight.
And, partner, I got to tell you, that's a blessing because number 3, Aiden Rose, the senior wide receiver, was wide open down the field. I don't know if the pressure didn't, if that –
He never made it back to this side, though, right? He was looking underneath the entire time, it felt like.
Yeah. He never even looked towards him, but, man, he was open.
It's going to be a good snap. Duffy's back to return it. He's going to go out towards the football. He's going to bounce at the 45 of Carencro and be downed at the 40, and that's where the Golden Bears will start their second drive of the night. I like the first drive for the Carencro Bears. I didn't think it was all that bad. Just need to see more of it, and you can't have penalties. Penalties will stunt a drive every time, Coach.
Yeah, it started on the positive end of a penalty, and then at some point it worked the opposite way against them.
And giveth and taketh.
Yeah, and that's just not what you want to see. And just the inability, unfortunately, of Bayham to break away and get a couple yards just on the first step, like that really hurt him right there. And that's where not having Brian Amune or T.J. Jackson in the game, it kind of hurts you. You got to give those guys breaks at some time, but, man, it hurts.
Under center, Babineau's going to go with 2 backs behind him. Same guys, Jackson, Bayham. This time it's going to be a fake handoff to Bayham. He's going to throw the football in the flat. It's going to be caught. It's going to be B. Cormier out across midfield. He's going to bring it all the way down to the 46-yard line of the Broncos. That is good for a Papa Bear first down on the pitch and catch.
The Sam Houston defense is a little bit porous. It is their weakness. That is the one place you can exploit them. On offense, partner, they're as good as they can be. I mean, they are lethal. But on defense, they're going to give you opportunities, and this Carencro offense has to capitalize.
Babineau, this time he's going to hand the football off to Jackson, trying the right-hand side of the line, and he's going to get good yardage on that first down carry. He's going to finally be upended at the 38 of the Broncos. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Carencro Bears in Bronco territory.
Bears getting back up to the line. Second down. Once again, Blaine can't count, and thank God there's Joel Hilburn, the guy who tried to give him a C so that he
might
would
give
fix
you
his
another
counting
C tonight.
But, man, oh, man.
Babineau back in the center. He's going to hand it off straight up the middle to Bayham, trying to spin out of a tackle as he pushes it towards the line of gain. He's going to come up just a yard shy as he'll be dropped at the 36-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 1. Coach Hilpin got me all flustered now.
Don't let your poor math go back to him. It's not his fault that you got the C, okay? But right there, faulted Bayham for speed earlier, but he hit that hole hard right there on 2nd down.
Just with the Dr. Order, straight give on the inside veer handoff to Jackson, who's going to plunge forward across the 35. And guess what that is? It's a Papa Bear first down, and the drive will continue.
And, and this is the formula for success for this Carencro team. 1, control the ball. 2, when you're playing an offense as good as Sam Houston, keep them off the field.
Hand off to Jackson again, right-hand side. Makes a great jump cut right past the line of scrimmage. He's finally going to be tackled down at the 22-yard line. That's enough yards for another Papa Bear first down.
Absolutely great run right there by Devontre Jackson. TJ just really, he hit the hole hard. He got his knees through, and he was
too, huh?
Yeah, he was a shoestring away from finding pay dirt on that one.
Keep those legs churning as Babineau's going to go under center. Looking to do another Tavian special. Didn't get him to jump. Looks back at the sideline. Gives the new marching orders to the line. He's going to set him again. This time he's going to hand it off to Bayham, left-hand side of the line. Finds some running room. He's going to come back inside. He's going to spin out of a tackle at the 15. He's going to be finally brought down at the 13-yard line of the Broncos. That's an 8-yard gain on first down. It's going to bring up 2nd and 2.
It's a great formula for success right here for Carencro. That's a pickup of, golly, when they put the yard marker down. That's
9.5.
Huh? Yeah, that's a 9-yard gain right there for Bayham. And, if Carencro can continue to do that, get on the board, get one stop, and then just do that for the rest of the night, man.
He's going to fake the handoff out of the veer. Now he's going to keep it. He's going to dart inside, trying to get back to the corner. He's going to dive back towards the 5 and finally be brought down at the Broncos 6. That's a first down carry for Seabab.
I don't like the spot right there. Kind of thought he was inside
the
the 5.
4.
Yeah, but it's so hard when you watch from this vantage point. As a coach, you can see where the armchair people get so good at coaching at, but golly, I
remind you of that during basketball season, Coach.
Yeah,
Babineau brings him under center with 2 tight ends. He's going to hand it off to Bayham. Bayham's going to be tackled. They're going to mark him down at the 4-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal for the Bears.
I'm impressed that you could see where that ball went because I saw 3 different piles just
for the first time tonight. I did something right.
Yeah, golly, about time. Thank you for that. When you kick an ant pile and three it goes off in 3
every now
sections.
and then, Coach. Every now and then. You should tell my wife sometime. Babineau under center.
I'll never compliment
2 tight ends, 1 receiver to the far side. Bayham and Jackson behind him. He's going to hand it off to Jackson. Straight up the gut. Jackson's going to spin out of a tackle and go into the end zone. It's a Dr. Briscoe chiropractic touchdown, and Carencro has inched closer. It's 7-6 with 2:19 left to play in the first quarter.
I got to tell you, it's the formula.
It is, Coach.
It's the formula.
We've been saying it for a while.
We're not very smart guys. We prove
that's pretty obvious.
We can't add.
No math.
I taught you
English.
English, and so that doesn't say a lot either. But, man, I think
Maybe
we had something
football.
figured out. Yeah, I don't want to go coach football, but, if I can just call plays. Let me call plays with somebody else's team. I'm good.
There's going to be a flag on the play on the swinging gate, and it looks like it's going to be on the Broncos.
Yeah, because we're seeing a whole influx of Carencro players.
Carencro was going to go for the extra point. Matt Latham, the freshman kicker, who's steadily improving all year long, was going to be set up to knock it through. But Carencro's going to get this half the distance to the goal line, and it'll be a Melançon's PAT try from the 1.5-yard line.
Yeah, I can't give enough props to our sponsors, too, right there. Quentin Briscoe Chiropractic, our touchdown sponsor. Keith Arsemont and Arsemont Machinery, our first down sponsor. And our PA sponsor, Melançon's Funeral Homes. You know that's a popular place. People are dying to get in there,
They're
right?
dying to get there, Coach.
If
you live in Carencro, you got to die to go there.
And,
right?
yeah, hey, it is the place. If you're going to die in Carencro, There is no other way to go than Melançon's Funeral Home.
Mr. Gerald Melançon must have had a good weekend last weekend. Both Carencro and LSU victorious. I know his heart was happy.
What a guy, huh? All three of those guys.
Under center, Babineau's going to go for the PAT. He's going to hand it off. No, he's going to keep it. He's going to drop it and then bring it into the end zone. He faked the handoff to Brian Immune straight up the gut and then dropped it to the turf. It bounced right back into his belly, and the Melançon Funeral Home PAT two-point conversion is good. Carencro takes the lead. It's now 8-7 with 2:19 left to play in the first quarter. We're going to step aside. Can Carencro stop them 2 drives in a row? You'll find out right here on your home for Carencro High Football, the Real Z 105.9. That's exactly what we need to do. Having fun tonight, man. Having a good time. Boudin. Only thing we're missing is beer in here. Maybe next year. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Bears have taken the lead. It's 8-7 with 2:19 left to play in the first quarter as CBAV tees the ball off at the 40-yard line. Coach, the CHS is still burning proudly off to our left.
I think our guy, Mr. Hartshorn, Braxton Hartshorn, had a little issue. They couldn't quite get the middle bar on the H to burn very well tonight, but it's still loud and clear. And I bring that up only to give the man some props because he is the 2025 Teacher of the Year at Carencro High. Mr. Braxton Hartshorn, our ag teacher. Heck of a job he does.
Babineau's going to do an onside kick. It's going to bounce off of a Sam Houston Bronco at the 48 and swivel down to the 47, but another Bronco was able to fall on that loose grenade as Carencro was just flirting with getting the football back.
And just barely. I mean, when I tell you barely, they got it. It was as good of a kick as you can get, and the coverage by the Carencro team was as good as you can get.
I mean,
just a matter of luck.
It's just a unfortunate bounce. So they're going to mark it down at the 46-yard line at the Broncos, and that's where they're going to start this drive. Stout's going to come back in that pistol formation with Bailey.
Bailey and Stout are just a lethal combination back there.
Bailey claps. Trip receivers to that far side. He's going to hand it off to Bailey. Bailey has some nice running room straight behind the left guard. It's going to be a gain of 8 on the play to bring up 2nd and 2 for the Broncos as they bring it into Carencro territory.
I mean, he's just a guy that has a combination of speed, power. He makes his moves on the run. He's not a terribly big guy. Goes about 5'10", 5'11". Well built though, and I mean he can just move, and he doesn't do anything slow. Put it that way.
Stout, he's gonna fake the handoff. He's gonna put it on the turf as he looked to hand it off to Bailey. Was trying to keep it along the right hand side. He's gonna fall on his own fumble. It's gonna be a loss of a couple on the play. It's gonna bring up 3rd and 4 for the Broncos.
You know, this Sam Houston offense and defense a year ago when we went there, they seemed infallible. They couldn't make a mistake. But this year they've been exposed in a couple spots, and the key is, can Carencro expose them in the right times?
It's going to be an interesting place right here for the Broncos. 3rd and 4. He's going to throw the football out in the flats to Bailey, who has running room, tries to get back inside. Looks like he's going to come up a couple yards short. They're going to mark this football at the Carencro 45. They needed to get to the 44. They're going to be a whole yard short. It's going to bring up 4th and 1. No blinking. The Broncos offense to stand on the field.
Yeah, if I was a betting man right here, I'm putting all my money on Drew Bailey keeping the ball, and he's going right behind the big left tackle, Albert Simeon.
They'll give you the eye candy. Bring him across the formation, the slot guy. Seems like that's kind of their MO. Stout going to bring him in across the formation. He's going to hand it off to Bailey. Bailey's going to go straight up the gut. This time it's going to be behind the right guard. First time tonight they went that direction. But it is enough to pick up a first down for the Broncos.
Yeah, it's a pretty big offensive line right here from Sam Houston. And, I mean, it is just anchored on the blind side by Simeon. I mean, Simeon
sophomore is look, he's a top 100 player in the country in his classification.
When you have multiple SEC offers as a sophomore, that's impressive.
Hometown Tigers very close to pulling the trigger there as well. Stout in the pistol, trip receivers to this near side. Bailey behind him. He is going to hand off to Bailey. Across that left side that Coach Kovac just mentioned, gets across the initial line of scrimmage, then backs into a couple more yards. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the play and bring up 2nd and 4.
I'll be honest right there. And, there were several procedure calls earlier. I thought there was one right there. I thought Bailey was gone long before the ball was ever snapped.
We've played a quarter of football on homecoming night. Your Golden Bears lead 8-7. When we come back, it'll be time for the Nolan's Lawnmower second quarter on your home for Carencro High football, the Real Z 105.9. Carencro Dome for second quarter action, brought to you by Nolan's Lawnmower. And as I say that, Coach Christopher Kovac's mouth is salivating. As Camden Richard's dad just brought in a little sauce piquant for us, and I can guarantee you, we both will be hitting that very soon.
Absolutely. And we were warned, it is some Ville Platte sauce piquant. That just takes it to another level.
Can we take a break now to get some? 2nd and 4 for the Broncos from the Carencro 36-yard line. Stout's going to bring a man across the formation, and you guessed it, hand it off to Bailey. This time across the right-hand side, gets close to first down yardage. Ja'Kalen Poproy was able to come up with a tackle, but they will have enough yards for the first down.
Yeah, Bailey's just a tough guy to bring down right there. And Carencro defense is doing a good job. They gave up that one big play early in the first drive, and that hurt, obviously. But if they can limit him right here, if you can keep that guy at 4 yards a pop, they're going to throw it on one down. Get the stop.
Stout looking to throw the football, just as Coach Kovac mentioned. Deep one-on-one shot into the end zone, in and out of the receiver's hands. I thought it was pretty good coverage right there, but there is a flag on the play.
Oh, wow.
Amari Dennis was stride for stride with the receiver in the end zone. It was a pretty good thrown football, and it went off the left shoulder pad of the Bronco.
I'm in disbelief if that's a flag on Amari Dennis.
A couple times this year we saw Dennis in great coverage only to get a flag.
Wow.
I don't know. We couldn't see the hand jockey in there, but from here, in our vantage point, that looked about as clean and crisp coverage as you could get, right inside the right hip pocket of the receiver, stride for stride. And again, a pretty good thrown football, just didn't get complete.
Well-thrown ball, and, I mean, Dennis was right there, and I have no idea where the flag came in. I'm the first one to call a kid out. I mean,
first and 10
golly.
Via the penalty. They'll have it at the Carencro 16. They'll hand it off to Bailey. Nope. Fake the handoff, throw it underneath. It's going to be caught momentarily, then dropped at the 10.
That should be an incomplete pass.
They're going to call it an incomplete pass. I mean, that football went in and out of his hands, off of his belly, hit the turf. It bounced right up to him like a shortstop, and he picked it up and ran it in, but that will be an incomplete pass.
That got me a little scared right there.
Sheesh.
I mean, it was undoubtedly an incomplete pass, but, boy, it couldn't have fallen any better for the young man.
Our guy from the AOIT program, Benji Desatel, on the side of me, I thought he was going to have a heart attack. Stout in the shotgun, Bailey right to his right. Looking back at the sideline, he has 2 receivers to the far side, 1 receiver in near tight, and that H-back just off the left hip pocket of the tackle. He's going to fake the handoff and keep the football across the left side. He's going to dart back inside after making a man miss. Carencro's going to drag him down, but not before he got inside the 10. It's going to bring up 2nd and 2 after that 8-yard play.
Carencro is, man, they're living
there. They're right there, Coach.
And they're living dangerously, though, man. They're living dangerously. It's pure man on every receiver out there. There's no help over the top. They're putting all their faith.
3rd and 2. Forgot about the pass incomplete, apparently. Mr. Hillman will let me know every chance he gets. Handoff straight up the middle. Nope, going to fake it and throw it out into the flats. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, but great open field tackle, one-on-one. Wilson Landry was able to drop him back behind the 10. It's going to be a loss of 3 on the play and bring up 4th and 5 for the Broncos.
That's just an exceptional job by Landry right there. He was in the right spot, and, I mean, there are so many high school kids. There are so many college kids that can't make that play these days. Landry just broke down, kept his feet active. Great play on the perimeter, one-on-one in open space.
Wilson Bell's going to come out to try this 28-yard field goal attempt. Snap is down. The kick is up. And it is good. The Broncos will take the lead. It's now 10-8 with 10:06 left to play in the first half. We're going to step aside when we come back. Can Carencro march it down and score again? You'll hear it all right here on your home for Carencro High. Z1059. Dome. It's homecoming night. Your Carencro Bears now trail the Sam Houston Broncos 10-8. And I think we just learned something. While, these SEC schools have spotters that let them know down and distance, they don't have Don's Boudin and Sauce Piquant from Ville Platte.
It's a whole nother level.
I'm sure
they probably have filet mignon tips or something like that.
I would put this up against anything. Bell's going to lead up to the football and put it in the air. It's going to be a high kick. It's going to be fair caught by Carencro. I don't know what you would call that. Coach probably come up with some term for it.
But I'll say this. It is the ugliest, dang near most effective thing I've ever seen.
That was caught by number 45, Brandon Rawls, who fair caught it.
Good job by Rawls right there. So. That was a high ball.
He had traffic in his face.
Yeah, that was not an easy thing to do. It's a tough ball to field, and I've got to say I've seen Sam Houston in person. I've seen him on film, and I've never seen that kickoff attack from him.
That's twice now. They do some kind of version of a sky kick. That was more of an onside variety.
A sky whib. A sky whib.
I'm learning all kind of things tonight.
Sky side.
Back under center. He has a receiver to each side. T.J. Jackson, Chris Bayham are behind him. He's going to set the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a handoff to Jackson. They're going to flip it behind him. It's going to be a reverse to Brandon Duffy, who's going to bring it across midfield, trying to get to the inside. He's going to break a tackle and get all the way down across the 35-yard line. That's a Papa Bear first down carry to the Bronco 34-yard line.
Great block right there by who? Chance Babineau. Chance Babineau. We've seen him run the ball. We've seen him catch the ball. We've seen him throw the ball. We've seen him tackle the ball. We've seen him intercept the ball. Right there, we saw him block 25 yards down the field, baby.
Think he makes the Gatorade, tapes the legs, and airs the football up too, Coach. He's going to hand the football off this time to Bayham across the left-hand side. Bayham's going to bring it across the 25-yard line. That's great yardage on that first down carry of 8. It's going to bring up 2nd and 2.
You know what I like the most about that one right there? Great pickup, 8-9 yards. And you know what the clock's doing?
It's moving.
It be running.
Getting closer to 9 minutes in the Nolan Lawnsmore second quarter as the Golden Bears are marching, trying to get another Papa Bear first down. As they're going to see he gain 9 yards on that play, it'll be 2nd and 1. Babineau sets the line. He's going to hand it off to Jackson, straight up the gut. Jackson was met with some thunder in the hole, but he did gain just what he needed, I believe, for a Papa Bear first down carry.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give some props right there. Number 22, Keaton Sonye, the senior linebacker from Sam Houston. I mean, that's the first time that I've seen Tavontre Jackson driven backwards all
He looks
year.
the part, too, right? Has the back plate going with a little bit of a mullet. Linebacker to the core.
He does need a haircut. I'll give him that.
Babineau under center, going to try Bayham across the left side again. Bayham a little physical with it across the 20 as he'll drop the shoulder. Pushes the Powell down to the 19. There is a flag on the play. It's near the Sam Houston sideline. That's typically procedural on the Bears.
Yeah, Bayham running hard, just not running fast enough. He has got to increase the speed.
It looked like the hole was bigger. But they will get Carencro for a procedural penalty, false start. It'll come back 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 now for Carencro.
I mean, might not be the worst thing in the world considering. I mean, you were looking at 2nd and 10, 9 at that point. 1st and 15 at this spot, it's maybe not that big of a difference. I mean, critics could argue, of course, but –
People challenge us. Come on, Coach. The football's at the 27-yard line. 8:25 left to play in the first half. Babineau with the suspects that we've seen all night behind him, Jackson and Bayham. He's going to hand the football off. They're going to go at Bayham again to the left side. Must like what they see there. But the Sam Houston Broncos are up for the challenge. They're able to stack up Bayham at the 25. Gain of 2 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 13 for Carencro.
Yeah, it's a similar look, kind of like a power sweep right there to the left side. They've attacked that side multiple times. It's got to make me wonder what's next. What's next in the Gavin Peters repertoire of plays coming up? You know, has that just been a setup? What's next?
Babineau under center. He's going to throw the football out into the flat. It's going to be caught by Dyson, looking to get the football back towards the initial line of scrimmage. He had some running room as soon as he caught it, as that football was whipped out right from under center. Gets it back to the initial line to gain 3 yards on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 10 for Carencro.
Yeah, kind of a different look for Kaiden Davis right there. Like we normally see him in the longer, more vertical routes or post-type routes. And that time the quick hit and the quick burst from the tall fella.
That lanky man will be pulling boards down for Coach Christopher Kovac and Nick Carmouche in a couple months.
Carencro is going to do right here. They're coming with it.
Babineau under center. And just what the doctor ordered, he'll draw him off sides. So the Crow Bears will pick up a first down via the penalty, make that a Papa Bear first down as this drive will continue inside the 10-yard line. Oh, man. They called a timeout before the penalty.
Wow. We could hear the fans begin to go, whoa! And we weren't exactly sure what was going on because from up here, all we saw was the defensive line from Sam Houston come straight across and make contact on the Carencro offensive line. And, wow, they will live to fight another day, and Carencro will have to come back out and fight this 4th and 2 from the 14-yard line.
I thought that's exactly what the doctor ordered right there. That would have been a huge Papa Bear first down, bringing the football inside the 10. But the Crow Bears will have to run another play after the timeout. If it's me, they've been trying the left-hand side, but it's been more the outside veer, the longer developing play. I'd like to see T.J. Jackson or Brian Immune right behind that left side of the line of scrimmage on the quick hitter.
And you might get that chance right now because flanked to Babineau's Hines are going to be Immune to the left and T.J. Jackson to the right. Twin receivers up top. That's going to be Duffy and Davis. We'll see what Gavin Peters has in store.
Babineau is going to set the line. He's trying to drum offside again. He's going to come back and look at the sideline and give some new marching orders down low. Gets right back under center. He's going to get the snap, and it's going to be a handoff. It's going to be Immune trying to get to the right corner. I'm not sure he got there, Coach. If the initial spot is right, it looks like he's going to be about a yard short on the play, and it will be a turnover on downs for Carencro as they were trying the outside veer look. Took too long to get going.
Yeah, and credit to Sam Houston. they did an exceptional job covering it. I mean, their linebackers began to skate as soon as the ball was snapped. I mean, they did as good of a job as anybody could have. That's a play that this Carencro team has run over and over with success. And then tonight on 4th and 2, just wasn't there. Sam Houston was all over it.
It was an impressive drive, but it ends with nothing as Carencro turns it over. Stout back in the pistol. Carencro looks to bring in pressure along the left-hand side, bringing the backer in close. That's Tim Wigley who keeps coming in along the left-hand side of the line of scrimmage. Stout's going to look at the line. Now he's going to throw the football deep. They're trying to hit him on a comeback route right inside of Babineau as he's able to break it up as that football was going to be caught around the 20. Babineau gets an arm in there and jaws it loose.
I was about to say, man, that was a really good job defensively. Well,
He
go
closed
figure.
quick, right?
It was Chance Babineau.
Yeah, Bab closed quick there.
Babineau is just it's as a spectator to watch this young man, he does things that just defy logic sometimes. He's not the fastest guy. He isn't. You know, that's why he's missing a couple of the top premier college offers that he has. But it's unreal. Some people see the beauty in what he does. It's unreal.
Stout fakes it underneath and hands it off to Bailey. Bailey gets across the line of scrimmage. He's off the 40. Now it's a foot race across the 50. Carencro's not going to get him as Bailey's going to go into the end zone on another long touchdown. And the Broncos are going to extend the lead. It's now 16-8 with 5:55 left to play in the Nolan's Lawnmower second quarter.
And those are the ones. I mean, it's 2 in a row. I mean, if Sam Houston scores, it's the same sort of look. They're shoving it up the left side right behind Simeon. And, I mean, it is nothing but Drew Bailey just being a little bit better than everybody else on the field right there. And, I mean, credit to the Carencro defense. They tried to run him down, but the angles that they had from where they were coming from had no shot to get there.
And they give you that eye candy, right? They bring the man across the formation, run right behind them, creates that natural seam. The PAT is up, and it is good. It's now 17-8 with 5:55 left to play in the first half. We're going to step aside. Carencro's need to answer badly when we come back right here on your home for Carencro High Football, the Real Z 105.9. (17-8) with 5:55 left to play in the first half. Those stats, Coach, is not going to help. 8 carries for 189 yards tonight for Bailey of the Broncos.
I mean, it doesn't take long. When you watch this young man play, no matter who the competition is, he's like that every night. I mean, it is something fierce.
The scheme is good. They put him in good positions, but Bailey makes the play. Really got to credit the young running back. The ball's going to bounce into the end zone and is going to be placed at the 20, and that's where Carencro is going to get it with 5:55 left to play in this Nolan's Lawnmower second quarter.
So a little bit of cat and mouse right there in the kicking game. We saw Sam Houston come up twice with the little pooch sky skib onside. That's my
Say
new
that
name
a couple
for it.
times and look it up in Webster.
Pooch sky squib. I have to take a break in the middle.
Sheesh.
Onside, and that time Sam Houston electing to go ahead and boot it for the distance right there. Ball rolled through the end zone, so it's going to be Carencro ball at the 20-yard line as Babineau is going to come out, walk into the huddle, give the guys the orders, and see what Gavin Peters has in store with 5:55 left to go in our first half.
Bayham and Jackson behind him. Hayden Monroe, the receiver, in on this near side. Babineau sets the line. This time he's going to hand the football off to Bayham straight up the right-hand side. It's going to fall out of his hands and into the hands of the Broncos. So unfortunate as Bayham, are they going to call him down? They are going to call him down. We'll take it as a Carencro fan, but that ball looked to come loose early. It will be a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll bring up 2nd and 7 after the Bayham carry. Coach, you might be able to elaborate a little more. I thought that was a fumble.
No, and I really couldn't see it come out. I just want to point out to our listeners, we are not totally biased because you just essentially took the side that problem backfield, but they're both having to play both ways. It's a little tough.
Babineau's going to hand it off. Along the left-hand side of the line of scrimmage, this time is Bayham, who's going to pick up enough yards for the Papa Bear first down, is going to bring it all the way down to the Carencro 35.
Good run right there by Bayham. Kind of hid and got behind,
Low.
followed. Yeah, stayed low.
Patient.
He followed his blockers. Did a really good job. I'm waiting for the moment that he does that and gets a crease and then is able to actually show that breakaway speed that he has. You know, critical on the fact of his first step, but I want to see the breakaway speed.
Babineau back under center. He's going to hand it off. It's going to be T.J. Jackson just behind the left guard. Not much running room right there. Gets just past the initial line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 for Carencro as the clock clicks down to 4 minutes.
I'm going to go ahead and sing the praise right here again of number 22, Keaton Saunier, the linebacker from Sam Houston.
Look like a little Whit Weeks out there, right?
That very, very similar. A little Anceloni right there. He is I've seen most of the teams in this league play, and if he's not an all-district linebacker, I don't know who is.
Babineau in the shotgun looking to throw the football. He finds B. Cormier just across midfield as he's going to be brought down at the Bronco 46. That's a Papa Bear first down pitch and catch.
Great job by Cormier right there, finding the soft spot in the zone, sitting in it, excelling after he made the catch. And, you know, our guy Cormier, we talk so much about this Carencro team and their lack of size in this current year.
His first catches of the year tonight.
And Cormier is just, he epitomizes the lack of size for this Carencro team.
Kovac out there. Babineau back in the shotgun. He gives them his best Tavian special, and, boy, looked like they jumped. Not going to get the call.
I don't understand why there wasn't a call on that.
Either way, Babineau waits for the snap. He's going to get the snap. He's going to hand it off to Bayham out of the gun. Tries the right-hand side, brings it to the 45 of the Broncos. Not much more. A gain of 1 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Guess who made the tackle? Number 22, Keaton Saunier.
He flies to the football, Coach.
Man, that guy is I mean, his hair isn't very pretty. I'm not going to give him that compliment. He is not Troy Polamalu. But, man, that dude has an eye for the ball.
It's a little lighter, right? It's a little stringy, a little more stringier than Troy Polamalu.
Yeah, it's a little more Moss Bluff than Hawaii. But, you know, you can't get everything. Yeah, a little
Babineau going to be back in the gun. Bayham to his left. 2 receivers into this near side. Fakes the throw quick to Duffy. Now he's not going to throw it deep. He's just going to throw it away now as Duffy couldn't catch it on the initial quick pass off the line of scrimmage. Really had nowhere else to go with the football. They'll live to fight another day. They'll bring up 3rd and 9 with 2:21 left to play in the first half.
Probably a good decision by Bab right there. Not a lot there.
It's okay to take zeros sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. It's better than the negative. Zero is better than negative, and I think that's what Babineau did. I mean, you know, we talked about the fact I think he started the year at about 6'3", and I mean, looking at him today, I'm thinking, man, this guy's about 6'5" right now. That's a lot to bring down, and when he can bring a little speed with it, even better.
He's getting more confident, too, as the season goes on. Babineau to Jackson off the right-hand side. He's going to try to bring it back towards the middle of the field. He's going to gain 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 6 for Carencro at the 16-yard line of the Broncos as the clock continues to tick. It's now 1:38 left to play in the first half.
You know, Sam Houston up 17-8, 1:30. The Bears can't settle for a field goal right here.
Got to get 6.
If it comes down to it, they need to kick the ball. But, I mean, in all honesty, they've got to put the ball in the end zone.
Babineau fakes the handoff, rotates the pocket. He's going to let it fly. To be caught by Duffy. Duffy makes the man miss. He's going to bring it across the far sideline, inside the 5-yard line. All Duffy. That's a first down as Carencro's knocking on the door.
Unbelievable pass by Babineau, unbelievable play by Duffy, but we are going to have a flag here away from the ball. 2 Carencro offensive players were wrapped up with 1 Sam Houston player. The referee is explaining to Gavin Peters and Derek Franchek. They are livid with their own players.
Derek Franchek out of the numbers giving his displeasure to the white hat. Franchak finally got a haircut too, Coach. Speaking of haircuts, as this football is going to be spotted now instead of inside the 5 at the 25-yard line of the Broncos. So it'll bring up 2nd and 14 now for the Bears.
And there's just fire coming from Derek Franchek right now. He is absolutely livid because he knows – I mean, Derek Franchek is a guy who played here, was on a team that spent an entire season ranked number 1 in the state, in the top 25 of the nation. He knows all about this level and what it takes. And when he sees guys making mistakes like that and knowing the year that they've had, he's livid. He's tired of the guys making the eye plays. That was an eye play right there. The Carencro offensive player had the ability to walk away from it early and did not, and it backs him up. It's 2nd and 15 now.
Babineau's going to go into center with Bayham and Jackson, a receiver to each side. This time he's going to fake the handoff and look to throw it deep. It's going to be a fade route, trying to find Davis, and he will catch it into the end zone. Carencro strikes. Babineau to Davis for 6. That's a Dr. Briscoe chiropractic touchdown. It's now 14-17 with 1:10 left to play in the Nolan's Lawnmower second quarter.
That was a thing of beauty, partner.
Dropped it in a bucket, Coach.
I mean, unbelievable throw by Babineau. He had to put it over the head, over the shoulder of the defender, and Davis had to make a locked-on catch to bring that one in.
That was Babineau last year.
Yes.
That was a great throw, plenty of time, and boy, did he make them pay. Couldn't have placed that football any better. Carencro's going to go for a traditional Melançon's Funeral Home PAT as Babineau waits for the snap. A false start now.
Once again, it's the I'm going to sound like a broken record. And okay, now
they are going to call it.
Now here's the problem. Here's why I'm going to sound like a broken record. It's the line judge that threw the flag, blew the whistle, approached the white hat, and he signaled illegal procedure. He got to the white hat calls offsides on the defense, so it wasn't against Carencro. It's going to be against Sam Houston. Carencro is going to return the offense to the field, but I'm telling you, he signaled illegal procedure.
That's why I called it. I called what I saw. And he did me wrong. Mr.
He
Hillman,
did you wrong. He did us all wrong.
The Melançon's Funeral Home
It wasn't
PAT
counting, partner. It's okay.
It's going to be from under center as Babineau's going to set the troops. He's going to fake the handoff. No, he's going to give it to Bayham on the right-hand side, and he's into the end zone. The Melançon Funeral Home PAT is good. It's now 17-16 Broncos with 1:10 left to play in the first half. We're going to step aside. Carencro needs to hold the Broncos to get the ball in the second half, and you'll hear it right here on your home for Carencro High football, the Real Z 105.9. Back into the open-air Crow Dome as Carencro just clawed back to get back in the ball game. It's now 17-16 with 1:10 left to play in the first half. Babineau fakes the onside kick and retreats to normal distance. It's going to lead up to the football. This will be an onside kick. It's going to take a pretty good bounce, but it's going to be jumped up and caught at the 44-yard line of the Broncos.
Okay, so I'm just going to talk here. I'm not trying to be critical, but I'm going to talk. With 1:09 on the clock, why in God's name would you kick an onside kick to the 45-yard line when the last play was a 80-yard gash? Why would you not try to put it deep in the end zone and get out of the half?
Looking at GP right there, Coach Gavin Peters, and is throwing his hands up. I don't know if that was the call. Maybe some miscommunication.
Oh, boy.
It's going to set up the Broncos with great field position with 1:09 left to play in the first half. Stout is going to go to the line and come back. Of course, he has Bailey right to his right, who already has 180 yards rushing. He's going to flare it out to the right. He's going to be looking to throw the football. Carencro, too quick on it. It's your guy, Jacalen Pop Roy, able to drop Bailey back at the 35-yard line of the Broncos. Huge loss on the play.
Well covered down the field by Carencro, number 10. Drew Dronette, the senior running back, inside slot guy, was down the field and had nowhere to go. Carencro not buying that for a minute, buddy.
Odd play calling, I can't believe they would call that in that situation.
I get
Broncos
that one. I
in
get
the
that
pistol.
one.
This time, hand it off to Bailey. Bailey has some running room, makes one man miss. He's trying to get to the numbers, makes another man miss. Babineau's trying to track him down. Now he's across the 40. He's going to finally be tackled by Wilson Landry at the 38-yard line at Carencro. 23 seconds left to play in this first half, and the Broncos have something cooking.
One great thing about that play is that it took about 20 seconds to develop as it moved from one side of the field all the way to the other sideline. Bad news of the night is that the ball is going to be placed at about the 35-yard line on the positive side for Sam Houston. And between their offense and their kicker, that's almost guaranteeing points tonight.
Kicker's been really good. Of course, if you stay with us for halftime, have plenty to get to, as we'll give you scores and highlights from around the area. We'll also give you stats from right here. Reginald Cormier, class of 2004, will join us and tell you everything that his class is doing for their 20-year reunion and giving back to the school and the community of Carencro.
If you want a stat, I got a stat for you. Ready for a stat? Drew Bailey, senior running back, 208 yards in one half of football here tonight.
Not on many carries, too. Probably under 12 carries, too, right, Coach?
10.
Okay.
10.
You see, I know something about math.
Look at you.
Stout back in the pistol. Of course, Bailey's going to be about 4 yards behind him. Now he's going to back up a little bit and shrink that gap. 2 receivers to this near side, 1 to the far side. 23 seconds left to play. He's going to fake the handoff and then throw it out into the flat. It's going to be caught by Dronette, who's going to be brought down. It's going to be a horse collar tackle. Talk about bad luck. Timothy Wigley comes in with the tackle, but he grabbed him right at the nameplate to throw him down.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a penalty. It's a little bit of a weak penalty, but nonetheless it is. It's hard to argue that one. If you're a Carencro fan, you're thinking that's not a penalty. If you're a Sam Houston, you're thinking that's all the way a penalty.
It's probably a good call.
Yeah.
I think it's probably a good call.
At the end of the day, it hurts Carencro.
15 seconds left to play in this first half, and this football should be spotted. I don't want to do the math because we get fussed at over here, but it should be closer to the 20, maybe to the.
Not if you get it right. If you get it right.
When have I got one right, though, Coach?
Oh, I mean, that's true.
I'll just wait till he puts it down. I think it's going to be the 22-yard line. And I was right. I should have just said it.
Last week we worked on words, on new vocabulary.
I know. Every week we'll work on something.
And this week we're going to work on math. I mean, eventually.
Hey, by the time we get to the playoffs, I might know what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
I've only been doing this for 8 years.
It's just a matter of it's GED level. It's where we're going. You know, proficiency. Louisiana Public School.
1st and 10 Broncos from the Carencro 22-yard line. 15 seconds left to play in this first half. Stout's going to go back into a more traditional shotgun with his buddy Bailey to his left. Trip receivers to the far side, 1 tight end near tight. He is going to throw the football, sprinting out to his left, looking downfield. Now he's looking back towards the middle of the field. He's going to let it ride into the end zone, but way out of bounds. Good news on that play, though, Coach. Took 8 seconds off the clock. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 with 7 seconds left to play in the first half.
Yeah, that is undoubtedly a win if you're Carencro right there. And
Broncos will call a timeout.
Yeah, I'd say Broncos call timeout. Both teams will gather and We're left with 7 seconds on the clock. It's Sam Houston 17, Carencro 16. I mean, this is a big juncture no matter what. You got to figure, Sam Houston comes out, goes one pass attempt, tries to hit the end zone. If they can't, come out and kick it. But, I mean, who am I? Who am I to say?
Uncle Mo's a finicky thing, and it could fall in either direction at this point, Coach. It could be right back in Carencro's back pocket if they're able to escape this with no points. I almost feel like a field goal would feel like a win, too, right? If they could get this to 20,
it'd be a definite win.
It'd be a win. The Broncos looking to seize Uncle Mo and get this into the end zone. 7 seconds separate the game to halftime as Stout's going to come back in the pistol. 2 receivers in near tight, 2 receivers also to the top of the screen. Stout's going to bring a man across the formation. He's going to stop along the right side. He's going to hand off to Bailey. Bailey's trying to get to the corner. He's going to break out of a tackle. He has a chance at the end zone. He's going to go into the end zone, I believe. We're waiting on the call. We're waiting to see if he stepped out of bounds. And it will be a touchdown for the Broncos. Boy, Carencro had an opportunity at a tackle at the 10. Could have pushed him out of bounds inside the 5. But he will go into the end zone, and they are going to extend the lead. It's 23-16. PAT pending with no time left to play in this first half.
Yeah, Carencro in that man-to-man coverage, just you have to get off of blocks if you're in man-to-man. I mean, you got to get off of blocks anytime, but if you're in man, you absolutely have to be able to get off of blocks. Zone gives you that little bit of coverage. Man-to-man coverage gives you a whole nother animal. You've got to be able to get off, and you got to make plays.
Uncle Mo was wrestled away and brought to the other sideline. Carencro trails 24-16 after a half a play. When we come back, it'll be halftime action where we'll give you stats and scores around the area right here on your home for Carencro High Football, the Real Z 105.9.
Quality service that is fast and efficient. Arsenal Machine and Supply. Call or stop by our shop located on the frontage road off I-49.
Southside
Proud
21,
Carencro alumni.
Sulphur
Go Bears.
0,
Papa wants to wish all the local teams a safe and winning football season. It's time to recap the first half of action with the Bears halftime show on Z105.
Welcome back to the Open Air Crodome as we will pick up with halftime action as it's a big night here at Carencro High School as it is homecoming week, and we will have the homecoming court brought to us tonight. Before we get to that, partner, a little bit of a recap of our first half. I mean, it's what we predicted. It was a back-and-forth game thus far. I mean, we're at halftime right now. Sam Houston gets the last play score to go up 24-16 when it was 17-16, and Carencro was so in reach of getting that stop, but just not able to get off the blocks to stop the solid senior running back, Drew Bailey, from Sam Houston.
Look, they had him stopped right there, and it could have been a huge – just because if you would have tackled him, not only would they have not gotten in the end zone, they would have got any points. And Carencro would have been able to kind of seize that momentum It wasn't meant to be. We'll look at scores from around the area, though, and Coach has a couple big ones.
Yeah, I mean, there's no real surprises coming on right now. At halftime, it's going to be Acadiana up 42-7 against Lafayette High. Against Lafayette High early on. Some of the bigger state scores. Edna Carr is hosting a red-hot Jesuit tonight.
Cats play defense, Coach.
Oh, yes, indeed. 14-7. But I got to tell you, Carr has been in some of these Catholic League games in tight scores at halftime, and then, I mean, literally just come out at halftime and essentially chop the head off of their opponent and just rolled away from games in the second half.
And look, this is also two teams both in the top 10 of the power rankings of Select Division 1. And the car coming in at number 1, just was like at 7.
Brianna Bonham. Brianna's being escorted by her parents, Jessica Bob and Bowman Bob. Brianna is currently a member of the Link Crew, Library Club, and also manages the basketball team. Her favorite Carencro High memory is going to lunch with her friends and attending school pep rallies. After high school, Brianna plans to attend Southeastern Louisiana University in pursuit of a radiology degree. Presenting Maid, Brianna Bonham. Our next court mate is Miss China Butte. China is being escorted by her brothers Sean J. Maris Jr. and Lindsay Porter III. China is the Dazzlers captain, student council president, member of the Ring Committee, National Honor Society, Beta Club, Academy of IT, Student Government, Carencro Bears Network,
around the state. We're going to step aside right now for the first time in this halftime break. When we come back, my guy Reggie Cormier from the class of 2004 is going to join us. And we're going to talk about all the things they're doing for homecoming festivities, including giving back to the community and really promoting that Carencro culture right here on your home for Carencro High football, the real Z 1059.
Despite a number of setbacks that day, the Dazzlers made the most of their adventure by laughing as they performed a second line. After China graduates, she plans to pursue a bachelor's degree in secondary education in mathematics with a minor in business, after which she plans to earn a master's degree in school counseling. Ladies and gentlemen, Maid Miss China Butte. Our next court mate is Miss Jamani Davis. Jamani is being escorted by her parents, Christina Harris and Kendall Davis. Jamani is an active member of the sports medicine team. She's a Link Crew commissioner, senior class reporter. She's in the Library Club, Beta, Key Club, and Student Council. Her favorite Carencro High memory is going to read books to the students at Live Oak Elementary and Carencro Bob Lilly Elementary. Jamani loves helping and being kind to others. After high school, she plans to attend a four-year university and major in kinesiology. Let's hear it for Maid Miss Jamani
Welcome back into
Davis.
Open Air Crodome. It's halftime. Your Golden Bears trail 24-16 after a half a play. And one of my favorite things is homecoming night. So we have the beautiful ladies being brought out onto the field right now. We will name a homecoming queen here shortly. But we also have a lot of folks making their way back to the Open Air Crodome, including the guy standing to the right of He's a little taller than Christopher Kovacs. It's Reggie Cormier from the class of 2004. And Reg, man, I'm so pumped up.
Enjoys working at Holly Hobby Daycare, where she helps with the 1- and 2-year-olds. Her future plans include attending Louisiana State University at Eunice to become an ultrasound technician. Let's hear it for Maid Miss Savannah Dyson. Miss Haley Gallion is our next court maid. Haley is being escorted by her parents, Mary Gallion and Michael Edmond. Haley is a member of the CHS Dazzlers dance team, the Key Club, and the Library Club. Outside of school, she's an active member of Our Lady of the Assumption Catholic Church. Haley's also a dancer at the Hamilton Academy of the Arts. Her favorite Carencro High memory was the big Christmas parties during her sophomore and junior years. She She plans to attend Unitech Training Academy to pursue a career as a dental hygienist. Presenting maid, Miss Haley Gallion. Miss Ajane Griffin is our next court maid. Ajane is being escorted by her parents, Tomas and Chantel Griffin. Ajane is currently a member of the band, the bowling team. She's Key Club treasurer, as well as Beta treasurer. She's in the library club, link crew, and student council vice president. She also likes to participate in many different community service projects. Ajane's favorite memory at Carencro High was being one of the first members of the CHS bowling team. She plans to attend a 4-year university and continue her love of band while majoring in marine biology. Presenting maid Ajane Griffin. Next up is maid Miss Ramey Gidry. Ramey is being escorted by her mother, Mickey Mesh, and her father, Mickey Gidry. Ramey is a member of the National Honor Society, the Millionaire Club, Key Club President, Beta Vice President, and Student Council Representative. Her favorite Carencro High memory is attending her very first pep rally. Ramey's future plans include majoring in psychology at the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, with the future goal of becoming a psychologist. Let's hear it for maid Miss Ramey Gidry. Our next maid is Miss Lydia Grace Johnson. Lydia is being escorted tonight by her mother, Chelsea Martinez. Lydia's favorite memories at Carencro High are the teachers and staff who have treated her like family. Lydia feels honored to have had the experience as a student at Carencro High. She hopes to attain professional level mastery of American Sign Language in an effort to aid deaf and mute students at elementary schools. Presenting maid Miss Lydia Grace Johnson. Our next court maid is Miss Jade Landry. Jade is being escorted by her parents, Jonathan and Nelda Landry. Jade is a member of Beta, Link Crew, the National Honor Society, Academy of IT, and Football Media. Jade's favorite Carencro High memory is singing Baby Shark with fellow football support staff on the way home after a big win against Southside. She plans to major in psychology at a 4-year university. Let's give a big round of applause to maid Miss Jade Landry. Our next court maid is Miss Brooklyn Lewis. Brooklyn is being escorted by her parents, Rachel Alford and Edward Lewis. Brooklyn is a member of 4-H, Student Council, Senior Class President, Beta Club Secretary, Jobs for America's graduates, and CHS cheerleader co-captain. Outside of school, Brooklyn is a dancer for Royal Elites Dancing Academy. Her favorite Carencro High members are the Spirit Theme Days, pep rallies, and helping out with senior bingo. Brooklyn's future plans include attending a 4-year university to obtain her bachelor's degree in nursing. Her goal is to be a labor and delivery nurse one day. Presenting maid Miss Brooklyn Lewis. Miss Morgan Rawls is our next maid. Morgan is being escorted by her aunt Candace Wynn and her grandfather Jonathan McCullough. Morgan is the CHS cheer captain, and she's a student worker in the counseling department at Carencro High. Morgan's favorite memory at CHS is being able to be a part of Friday Night Lights and cheer on her little brother at every football game for her senior year. She plans to attend Howard University in Washington, D.C., where she wants to study psychology and eventually become a child and family therapist. Presenting maid Miss Morgan Rawls. Our next homecoming court maid is Miss Samantha Smith. Samantha is being escorted by her mother Betsy Domain and her father Freddie Smith. Samantha is a member of Beta Club, National Honor Society, Academy of IT, Football Media, Student Council, and she's a staff member for the Carencro Bears Network. Samantha's favorite Carencro High memory is the 2023 Nish game. We enjoyed listening to their band, but we still beat them. She plans to attend a 4-year university to major in journalism and hopefully film for her university's football team. Let's hear it for maid Miss Samantha Smith. Our final court maid tonight is Miss Jaslyn Zeno. Jaslyn is being escorted by her mother, Carrie Babineau, and her father, Joseph Zeno. Jaslyn's a member of the powerlifting team, Beta Club, Senior Class Vice President, P Club, National Honor Society, Link Crew, Track and Field, and she's on the Sports Medicine team. Jaslyn's favorite Carencro High memory is when she became a Link Crew member. She became a person others looked up to and someone people put their trust in. She plans to attend Louisiana State University and major in nursing. Jaslyn's dream is to become a neonatal nurse and help sick babies. Presenting maid Miss Jaslyn Zeno. And now it's time for the coronation of our 2024 Homecoming Royalty. The presentations of Homecoming Royalty will be made by our assistant principals, Miss Kadra Ellis, Miss Marquina Butte, and Principal Miss Vanessa Knott.
Right here on your home for Carencro High football, the real Z 1059.
Starting it off, chosen as our second maid for this 2024 Homecoming Court, Miss Savannah Dyson.
I'm gonna see. Oh yeah, for real? Yeah. Let me hit it up, man. Cool, man. Cool. I might go see y'all thinking for real. When the service.
Did you hear what they said on the radio? No, not how. He said, yeah, they were saying you gave him a C.
There's some people out there really listening to us. That's funny. That's good stuff right there. All right, I'm gonna do some stats.
Okay, sure. You want it?
Congratulations, Savannah. And now, chosen as our 2024 first maid, Miss Morgan Rawls. Congratulations, Morgan.
That's pretty cool.
And now, for the presentation of our queen. Before we do, our queen will receive an autographed football from the senior football players and coaches. The artwork on the queen's football was completed by the Carencro High School Art Department. The queen's gifts will be presented by Little Miss Live Oak, Kinsley Menard. Live Oak Elementary had a Little Miss Live Oak contest where 10 lucky girls were selected to represent Live Oak on the field tonight at CHS's homecoming. The girls had to complete an application and show their understanding of what it means to be a Live Oak Eagle. Kinsley was awarded the title of Little Miss Live Oak. Her favorite subject is math, and her favorite color is blue. Like any good Cajun, her favorite food is crawfish. She's the second youngest of 7 children, and she wants to be an engineer when she grows up. Kinsley's role models are her parents. Asked about representing Live Oak, Kinsley wrote, "Being a Live Oak Eagle means doing what is expected of me even when no one is watching. Another way I demonstrate being a Live Oak Eagle is being kind to all people, even those who you don't really know that well. Being a Live Oak Eagle also means to stay out of trouble when experiencing different emotions. This shows what being a Live Oak Eagle means to me." Let's hear it for Little Miss Live Oak, Kinsley Menard, ladies and gentlemen. And to present our homecoming queen, Miss Jamani Davis.
Davis, he kind of leads the way, right? 4 for 61 in a score. But how about Cormier, Brendan Cormier, 2 for 33 yards, 2 huge Papa Bear first downs to move the sticks. And Chris Bayham had 1 for 1 yard, and TJ Jackson 1 for 13. So when you look at it initially,
let's give the Queen and her court another big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Queen Miss Romani Davis, first maid Miss Morgan Rawls, and second maid Miss. At this time, we want to give a special thanks to several people who have made this presentation so wonderful. We'd first like to thank Leonard with Royale Flowers and Gifts for going above and beyond to support our homecoming court this year. We'd like to thank our administrators, Miss Ellis and Miss Butte, for all of their help with court. And a huge thanks to the homecoming court committee under the direction of Miss Chastity Craven. Assisting Miss Craven was Miss Natasha Levine, Miss Timmy Hessner, and Miss Michelle Broussard.
You know, I mean,
Tonight truly was a
Drew
success
Bailey
thanks to their
has
hard
made
work, and we
many
appreciate
people
you
pay
ladies.
all year
Finally,
long along the way.